So it is beginning of August. It's like August 10th. Hillary, my sister, is moving back home. She's actually going to be renting out our house. We're going to be living in the yard out of the trailer because we were already going to be gone 6 months of the year anyway in Texas. So we're like, stay there as long as you need. She does have 2 little kids, and our house is like a very small 2-bedroom. So, you know, after 2 years, I'm assuming it probably will be too small for them. But anyway, point being, been very, very busy with house projects, trailer projects, trying to get everything good to go before she moves back. Not this weekend, but next weekend. And we've had amazing weather all summer long. It's actually been a little bit too dry and pretty hot, but we've had a really long stretch. Hold on. So, waiting to feed the dogs. They're on their place with good dogs. We were using the heat pump for AC on its own, like on the solar system and stuff, and we ended up draining our battery down. So right now, actually running his truck and testing out charging off of that. He has a plug on his truck, and then that connects to a plug on the outside that he wired in to the bus bars so that we can charge our whole system off of the vehicle, which is a big reason why he went with a 12-volt system. We were at 26% about 2.5 hours ago. So in 2.5 hours charging off the vehicle, and about 20% battery out of our 456 amp hour 12-volt system. It's really cool. He just amazes me. His brain amazes me. The fact that he thinks about all this stuff ahead of time, and that he already, like, we're able to test that system now. My sister moving into our house kind of definitely forced us to be in the trailer maybe earlier than we would have been. So yeah, it's kind of cool the way it worked out, and so far so good. I'm very happy with it. Love this trailer. So enough rambling. That they're ready to eat, and then I have to go clean out what was my former office, home office. All done. Okay. I should have filmed the process of me putting this together, but I didn't. Anyway, this is the paw hut from Home Depot. It comes in like just a bunch of poles and a roll of this wire meshing, and I put it all together, and this is the new catio. But this is gonna be like where their litter boxes are, where they get fed, where their food or cat wheel is and stuff. So it's a 10 by 12, 6-something foot tall enclosure. I'm gonna get another one for Texas, so this one can stay here. Jesus Christ, oh my God. The apples are falling from our, I think it's like the state's largest apple tree. I've never looked into it, but this sucker is like 40 some odd feet tall. Anyway, this shed is new, so before they would just fall directly down. Now they're hitting the metal roof of the shed, ricocheting. Anywho, that's the catio. 28 today. It's Saturday. My husband is on his like fishing trip adventure weekend with his friend Jamie. It's a great day to do some cleaning and then decorating for Halloween. My absolute favorite. It's my first time decorating like for a holiday in this trailer, the cargo trailer where we live full time. First things first though is cleaning the house, and then every time I do laundry I have to reorganize my clothes because it's really hard to fit everything that you wear in one of these cupboards. But I finally think I got a system down. I had to fold my clothes differently than I normally fold them for a drawer system because this isn't as deep. But anyway, I have all things pants related, all things shirts related. I have dresses. It's not really dress weather here as much anymore, although I am gonna be on the hunt for a sweater dress this weekend, and like loungewear. So that's just about everything. Okay, I figured I would give a tour of the 7 by 18 foot cargo trailer that my husband and I live in and have been living in for a few months. It's middle of the day. It's a very realistic tour. Like, I'm not parked anywhere fancy. Parked in my house, which my sister is living out of right now. I'm not all dolled up. I did just clean up inside and decorate for Halloween, but like, it's a very realistic, like, we're living in this kind of thing tour. So we live in a 7 by 18 foot stealth aluminum cargo trailer. So like the framing is all aluminum, the sheathing or whatever you call it on the outside is all aluminum. So starting on the outside, we have 800 watts of solar up on the rooftop. It's 8 100-watt panels. We do plan to do more. We have a tandem axle trailer, and I'll just do my best as I go. So here we have our non-pressurized water inlet. This is how we fill our water tanks. We also have a city hookup, so basically like city water, pressurized water, so you can run directly off the hose, which is what I'm doing right now. And then Derek, my husband, the one who's responsible for this entire build, basically, so plumbed in an outdoor spigot for us so we could connect a hose to this and like wash our dogs. It's fully like functional, it has everything that you need to live. So we have gray water, which our sink and shower drain to. It's like a 36-gallon tank, and the reason why it's separate from the black water is because, you know, this is a little bit lower than like a normal camper that you would go and buy is. So because of like the axle and just the limitations, we weren't able to plumb them together. And then this is our black tank outlet. So we have I think it's a 42-gallon black tank, obviously like the toilet, and that holds the hose that we use to anyway, this is our window that we put in. I think it's 30 inches by 60 inches, and that looks into like the bedroom or whatever looks out of. Derek installed that. Oh, and that's our bathroom fan and our bathroom vent pipe. So that's probably the only thing that we didn't actually do correctly. It's a little undersized, and we could have
ripped it all out and put in a proper size one, but it's really not been a problem. Moving on, we have a diesel heater that we plan to use for supplemental heat. We have two 20-gallon propane tanks right now, but this holder can hold up to, I think, the 30-gallon propane tanks. Here we have a plug so that we can use our vehicles to charge our batteries in case we don't have enough solar, which has already happened, so very grateful for that. Anywho, I'll explain that a little bit more. We have the exhaust for our tankless hot water heater. It runs off propane. This is the outdoor unit for the heat pump that we have. We have a 12,000 BTU, if I remember correctly, heat pump, so it does heat and AC. That is the biggest consumer of electricity that we have. The other side, so this door itself is factory, but we put the window in. By we, again, I mean my husband. I assisted with everything, but it's really all him. I know I've mentioned it in previous videos, but he does have a history of like professional carpentry, like really skilled work. He's been in the automotive industry for 10 years, so he knows everything about everything. Master of all. I don't know how he does it. That's the cord that we use to connect the trailer to our vehicles with. And then lastly, this for the outside part of the tour. This is our ramp door that came, you know, factory, and we installed a glass slider. And we wanted a layout that would allow us to be able to still utilize both factory entrances of the trailer. I guess we'll go in this way because this is the entrance that we use most often. So this is a 6 or 5 foot sliding glass door that we got from Home Depot. It's one of the cheaper ones. Here we have the Papawooskies, Scout and Brantley. They are the welcoming committee for this trailer. As I mentioned, it's all decked out for Halloween right now, which I love. My favorite holiday. So this is our kitchen. Like I said, we did this layout because we wanted to utilize both entrances, and having the bed by the ramp door just really didn't allow us to do that. So we decided to put the kitchen in the back, and the bedroom is kind of up by the nose of the trailer. Our kitchen's here in the rear. Oops, sorry, Bertigi. So the kitchen, residential fridge, residential cabinets. We have, this is, it's essentially solid surface. I don't remember what it's actually called, but we got it from Home Depot. We got an 8-foot piece, and so like this is about 5 feet, and we plan to use the remaining section as a pop-up table with some bar stool chairs right here. So yeah, let's move into the kitchen tour. Here we have a 2-burner propane cooktop. This is how I cook most of our stuff. In here we have like pantry items. In here we store our plates, bowls, coffee stuff, and medicine and toiletries up there. Right now we're currently running off of the city water, so nice, seamless, just like if you were in a house, but we do also have a 12-volt water pump. Yeah, 12-volt. In here we have things like silverware and utensils. This is kind of a hodgepodge that I haven't decided yet, but it's generally food storage items. I have some of my bigger Pyrex, some Ziploc bags, some reusable Ziploc bags, and then pots and pans in here. Underneath the sink I have my bin of towels. I have like recyclables and returnable bottles, and then in the back is my Instant Pot. Yes, I can still use an Instant Pot in here, and a little trash can. This is how we latch the fridge, because as we learned the hard way, the doors will fly open when you're traveling. Yeah, regular freezer, so Derek can still have his beloved ice cream. And then this is our fridge, regular fridge, like it's a house size. Right now we're kind of using this for storage of things like, you know, the air fryer is up there. I have my reusable grocery bags up there, and then dirty laundry up top. We keep the dogs closed out here at night because we just don't enjoy sleeping with them, but it's kind of like our version of crating them. We used to crate them at night, but we don't have room for crates in here, obviously, so that's where they sleep. I am going to go ahead and pop the lights on. For lighting, that was the original light. I think there were 2 of them. One of the first things Derek did is he went in and added in strip lighting, LED strip lighting. It's very low energy consumption. This is the shot of the kitchen from the hallway. As you can tell, aluminum framing. We did not insulate. I know a lot of people would probably be like, you should have insulated, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is, we're trying to not live places when we decided to do this build out that requires significant insulation. We're trying to live in a place that's like 60 to 70 degrees year round. That being said, that ceiling gets hella hot and it also gets hella cold, which can really like affect the temperature gauging of the heat pump. So we do plan to insulate the ceiling and then do some kind of like gray boards or something on top. Hoodles. Moving on to the bathroom. So the bathroom is, you know, Derek framed it out with wood. It's a 3 foot by 4 foot space. It's a wet bath, so everything in here gets wet. This is a retractable, like almost tarp type material from Rec Pro. It's a retractable door. You know, we wanted to just really limit anything eating into the living space. So these retractable doors honestly have been so great. I'm actually going to get a retractable dog gate even. So you just kind of push that in and it unlatches. The bathroom was definitely probably the most intricate part of this whole build process. So underneath these, it's not technically teak, but it's similar product. Underneath these floor panels, there is rubber roofing material. Like it's kind of pitched to the middle. So that, you know, obviously it can drain. Again, it drains underneath into the gray water tank. Just trying to get this is like the greatest concentration of like electrical and more specifically plumbing. So that's kind of what made this so difficult. And then we used metal roofing that Derek ended up painting black. We had it as leftover from my shed project, which was actually leftover from building materials of where he worked. Oh my God, do not look at the hair on my shower. I'm so sorry. Anyway, so that's an RV toilet. Derek painted it black. We have our shower head up here. So that's a rainfall shower head, but we also have this wand that we can use, which is really helpful. 12-volt fan. He actually used a server room fan because it had much higher like airflow capacity basically compared to bathroom fans for like $30 compared to $200 for a really high quality bathroom fan. So yeah, this is the bathroom. Moving from the bathroom to the bedroom. So again, I just decorated for Halloween. I love this. I did go minimalistic because it is hard to decorate for a small space and I'm not trying to keep a bunch of boxes in here. So we do have like a TV. Derek built that. That's our underwear and sock drawer essentially. We have just, you know, cabinets from Home Depot, and that's his clothing, my clothing. This is the interior part of the heat pump. It does, again, heat and AC with our little kind of control center. This is the monitor for the inverter, which converts the DC power to AC power. This is the monitor system for the battery. We're pulling in, well, I'm using a lot of electricity in the form of lights, and I got incandescent lights instead of LED, which is my bad. They pull more power, but anyway, so it shows you what you're bringing in, what you're charging at. And so at this rate, it would take us, if it's positive, 3 hours to charge the rest of the way. If this is negative, it'll tell you how much power you're using and therefore how much time you have left at that usage rate. So it does fluctuate a lot. And then that's the remote for the heat pump. This is a queen size bed. It's 60 by 80 inches. So sorry, that's the window I was talking about. Underneath the bed, we have our water tanks. They're connected, they're plumbed together, and then they're strapped down in place with a bar in between so they can't really shuffle around at all. That's 92 gallons of fresh water storage. Underneath here, this is all clothing storage. So we have 2 totes in the back for our winter clothes, the luggage, the shoes. That's my husband's like fancy clothes. We kind of just keep our shoes tucked underneath the bed right here. There is like a little bit of space, which is nice. We did do Pergo laminate flooring. This is like the really hardcore, like life-proof kind of flooring. This is our bed. Behind our bed is what we have, I like to call the mechanical room, or the like, you know, mechanical closet. So just kind of behind the pillows. In here we have our solar chargers. So this is kind of regulates the electricity that we have coming in from these solar panels. That's the tankless propane hot water heater. Solar chargers go kind of down into the batteries, if you will. These are bigbattery.com. I saw this on Regretless. She had Chrome Yellow build her bus, and she was a big part of that process, and they really recommended Big Battery over pretty much all other battery brands, and we've loved them so far. This was a big chunk of money, but highly worth it. Love them. We have, you know, bus bars that connect everything. And then that's the fuse panel for our DC stuff. Derek has basically safety stops built in everywhere. Like there's breakers there, there's breakers there. So this system is designed to fail safe, which is really nice. That is a beast of a AC, inverter. It's 5,000 watt with a 10,000 watt surge. We did have a 3,000 watt Renogy, which had a 6,000 watt surge, which would have been, but the problem is that it had an internal GFCI that when our heat pump was initially kicking on, just the initial startup of the heat pump, it was too much of a surge and it tripped that internal GFCI, and there was no way to go around that. We looked, we tried, didn't work. So yeah, we plan to use the rest of this space for storage. As you can see, I'm kind of already doing. And then under in the way back corner is a diesel heater. That's where it's going to come out and it's going to vent out kind of down at the bottom. We do have a carbon monoxide detector, fire detector in here. And then the last, I guess, is this Anderson, again, a retractable screen door, so that we really aren't using a whole lot of space in here. We have a nice cross breeze with the window that opens up there, and then the screen door in the back. So 18 minutes. That's our cargo trailer. We're living here. It's currently mid-September. We've been living in here since July. We were kind of using the house up until like probably mid-August when my sister moved in to like shower because the bathroom wasn't done. We were doing laundry in there. We still kind of do laundry in there. We can go to the dry cleaners or like a laundromat if we wanted to. We're living fully out of here now. So we've been living fully out of here for like a month to a month and a half. So a little tour of the catio. This is one of the dog crates I had. Put a cat bed in there, cat carrier with a blanket. I know I need to be using straw. I'm gonna get straw, don't worry. Daisy girl, you're all spooted out. It did come with this partial shade cover. We plan to build like a little shelf system for them to be able to utilize more of the vertical space in here, but they're doing really well. They're loving it. So I just used an existing tote that I had and cut entrance holes into it and got those like little rectangular litter boxes you can find anywhere. They fit perfectly in there, 2 of them. So they use the litter boxes here. Hi Maxwell. I got another tote, cut 2 holes in it, put some blankets in there. Again, I'm going to be using straw as it gets colder. That's the cat wheel that I already had for years and years. They love it. They still use it out here. Girl, you're so sweet and cute. Have a chair out here. An owl did try and prey on them last night, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, this is their little catio. Oh, show them, Daisy. Oh, hi, baby girl. And like, part of me feels a little guilty that they don't have access to the inside. Mostly Maxwell. He's a big cuddler with me. I think he misses it a little bit, but they're not like trying to get out of here. They're not miserable out here. They've been getting along really well out here. I come out here when I drink my coffee. How many times can I say out here? I come out and I cuddle with them, and it's been really good. I think they just have so much engagement out here with, I gotta stop that, seriously. They have a lot of engagement, more smells. They've seen animals go by. We had a possum walk by one night. I caught on camera. That was cool. They're kind of more desensitized to noise now, which is really nice because they used to be really skittish in the house. So all around, it's really been great to have them in this catio. I know it's not the move everyone would do with their animals, but it's worked really well for us. And so that, I guess, concludes the tour of the trailer and now catio.